Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you might be watching us from. And this is Gambian Talent Promotion, and I'm your host, Favor Audio. So today I'm hosting two gentlemen here to talk to us about the trip, the ECOMANSA trip to Dakar, the research trip, what is the aim, what brought about the trip, and then the beef, or should I say, the thing they had with the embassy. So we want to get everything clear, because in this place what we do is get you the right information. So we have had the part from the organization, and we also had the part from the embassy. So we want to get everything straight. So that is why we are here today with two gentlemen from ECOMANSA, and to get everything right. So welcome, sir. Can you please tell us your name and then your position in the organization?
Thank you very much, madam. My name is Ibrahim El Damfa, a student of the University of in the School of Business and Public Administration. I am the president of Economics and Management Students Association of the University of the Gambia, that is ECOMANSA.
So you, sir, what's your name and what's your position in the association?
Thank you very much. My name is Ibu Fal. I'm the Education and Research Minister of the 15th Executive Council of ECOMANSA.
Okay, so over the past weeks, we have been hearing a lot about ECOMANSA research trip, and it's just booming everywhere in the social media. So that is why we want you to clarify some things for us. But before we go into that, before we deal with it, we want to know, what were you doing in Dakar? What was your organization doing in Dakar?
Well, thank you very much. The organization, I will not say the organization, the association was doing a research in Dakar.
Okay. So, can't the research be done in another country or in Gambia itself? Why should it be done in Dakar?
Yeah, the research can be done in another country, it can be done in a different country, but the theme of the research determines the reason or the case of the research. Yes, that is the team direct us to, the nature of the team have subject us to go to Dakar, make findings, and in the Gambia to as well to make some findings. It's not also only in Senegal or Dakar. It's also going to be done here. Yeah. So there is first phase of the research. That is why the research in fact is in two phases. The first phase of the research was already done, was done in Dakar, and the second phase of the research is just about to kick off. It is starting tomorrow, and that is going to be done in the Gambia here. So that at the end of the day, we can make a comparative analysis and make comparative study and give a report that is accurate and can be used by decision makers. Yeah.
So as the research minister, what was the theme for the research?
The theme for the research was the socio-economic relationship and the current impact on labor at Senegal. That was basically the theme of the research, and the team we have to pursue the hypothesis, which is the project international relationship. This is the function of economic.
Okay, I can say, we all know that Gambia and Senegal have a lot in common. So, with other things that you could choose a lot of things, maybe about social relationship, or but why that thing? Why do you come up with that thing?
Because you can see Gambia and Senegal, we have been one. That's what people have been saying, and that's what we have believed in. That we share the same culture, we share everything. You can see people in Senegal, those are the same people that are in Gambia, as you can see. And also we have also seen that many of our business people, they take their goods also from Senegal. Because, most of their goods are from Senegal, and those goods are being sold here in Gambia. So this was the main thing why we said, okay, now why not we do a study about Gambia and Senegal that will impact also our economy. Because if you can see many businessmen in the Gambia, sometimes they will say, okay, the CFA is rising, that is affecting us. But they don't even know what's the causing the exchange rate of the CFA to jump. So these are the things that we really want to find, and find what solutions to the problem.
Okay, I get that. As the president, taking 60 students from Gambia to Senegal and housing them, feeding them, and all other expenses for 1 week. I believe that you might have encountered some problem and challenges. So can you tell us about those?
Yeah, we had some challenges, I would call them. Yes, it's not even 60 students, it's about 80 students.
Oh, 80. Okay.
Yes, it's about 80 students, but in anything that you went to, there must be challenge. Yeah, but we thank God that we started peacefully, and then we ended peacefully. All the students are back, they're back to their families, all of them are well. We had challenges of language barriers, especially in markets, and then we also.
I want to know the challenges faced with the students, not with the research.
Yes, the challenges that are faced with the students is some students got sick because of change of environment. Because we have different environments, and in fact some of the students have never traveled. So this has prompted one or two or three of the students being sick, kind of get some fever, but they're all okay. Myself, I was sick, and in fact the nature of the research, kind of make some students be sick as well, because in the market, working from one shop to another, asking people, getting questions, it was not an easy thing. Yeah. So those are the challenges we faced.
Okay. Research minister, I want to know the challenges faced with the research. When conducting research, what were the challenges, some of the challenges that you faced?
Well, I can say our biggest challenge was have access to universities. That was the biggest challenge, because the only problem that we faced was the presence and language barriers. Because Senegal, most of their, and as we all know, Senegal is a French-speaking country and we are English-speaking country. So only very few of them that were able to communicate to us when we went to their universities. So that was some kind of a problem, and some kind of challenge that we also faced during when we are conducting the research. Language barrier was a main problem we faced.
Mr. President, what the documents that we have been seeing, or the emails that we have been seeing on social media, we have been seeing 60 students, and then you just corrected me earlier on that it's 80 students. So I want to understand what prompted the increase of students.
Yeah, first, students, a lot of students show interest. A lot of students show interest. A lot of students were coming over that they wanted to go and they wanted to be part of the research team. This is what prompted us to increase the number from 60 to 80. And in fact, it has exceeded 80. We have to, go to a certain length of reducing the number by asking some students to stay back, which was rather unfortunate. But because of certain things that we think we might find there, that is what prompted us to reduce the number to 80. But the number in fact exceeds 100. Yeah, because students are so much committed in ensuring that they are part of this research. Because if you look at the research, it's important, in fact, not only the school but to the country at large.
Okay, but do you need that much students for a research?
Yes, you need that much students for the research, because you are not only looking at getting the information that will be processed, but you're also looking at the understanding of the students. You want the students to go as well, understand what they are doing. You understand? It's not just 2 or 3 people going and getting the facts and presenting. Not about only the facts, but also about the students understanding the research, how to research. Because it's a kind of a team. Every team have a leader, and the leader of every team is kind of research oriented. So it's a kind of practicalizing the theories that we learn in class. It's more of just getting the information, but also kind of learning for the students of business administration.
So, Mr. Ibu, when I was asking about the challenges, you made mention of ministries, visiting ministries and the rest. So we want to understand, where exactly did you do the research in that app? Where and where did you do the research?
Well, we did our research. We went to Sandaga. That was our biggest target. That was the first target to Sandaga. We visited the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Also visited the Minister of finance also, where those two ministers of foreign affairs and finance, they welcome us nice, they were very eager to meet us, and they answered almost all the questions that we asked them. But the heart of the research was done at Martisanga.
Okay, why visiting those few ministries that you just made? Why didn't you expand, visit other ministries? Why those few?
Because we did our study, and we have also found that those are the ministries that we really need information from. Like when it comes to like the current impact, also those things, we feel that the fund can be in a better position to help us, the difference between the SEPA and also the Gambian values. When it comes to also other international relationships that the Gambia is having with Senegal, we believe their foreign affairs will be in a better position to answer all the questions that we have. So that's why we targeted those two ministries and also the market.
But you are done with the Senegal or the Dakar research phase.
Yes.
So what were you expecting before you went there? Before you embarked on the journey to Dakar, I believe that you have some things that you're expecting. So those things, have you actually achieved them?
Yes, I can say we expected a lot, but what we get in fact was beyond our expectations. To be honest with you, what we got was beyond our expectations, because there are certain questions that we were just asking, but we never expected maybe those people would be able to understand. But when you pose them the questions, they give us exactly the answers that we were even having, the answers that we were not even having. So our expectation was beyond perfect.
Mr. President, taking 80 students to Dakar, I don't think it's an easy thing. So, did you ask for help from some ministries in Uganda or some individuals in Gambia before embarking on the journey?
Yes, we asked for help in the Gambia. We asked for help from individuals in the Gambia. We asked for help from departments, from organizations, from NGOs, from ministries in the Gambia, from Central Bank. We have for help, and Alhamdulillah, I would say, thank God, most of the ministries responded. Yes, and individuals as well. Some individuals also responded, and some organizations as well responded.
So, can you name just few ministries that responded?
Yes, the Central Bank have responded. Yeah, the Ministry of Finance, I would say they have responded kind of, because what they told us was that they can't just help like that. When they can't just help us as an association. When they should help through the university. So they asked us to write to the university, and then they will give the help to the university, and the university get it to us. And then also some departments like NRA, like Gambia Civil Aviation, or Gambia Port Authority, DPPC, Gambia Public Maintenance, they also helped, and also individuals as well, like people like your general, the finance, or I would say the accounts manager in Gambia Civil Aviation Authority, Ciliform Board, Abdul Boj of New Window, and then a lot of people have workers, and also Mr. Fati in MDI. A lot of individuals. I can't remember.
Talking about assistance for the trip, did you write to the embassies? I mean, both the Senegal embassy in the Gambia and then the Gambia embassy in Senegal. Did you write to them?
Yes, we wrote to the Gambia embassy in Dakar, and we seek for assistance. We've never write to Senegalese embassy in the Gambia. But when we wrote to the Gambia embassy at Dakar, we seek for assistance in a particular area, different from what was alluded in the media. For the Senegalese embassy here, we've never wrote to them, because in fact we forgot about them. But a situation came in which we had to go there. When we went there, we showed him, we can't even not wrote to him, but what he did for us, when I tell him, I think you will not even believe it.
Okay, we want to know what exactly did Senegalese embassy and in Gambia did?
Yes, we never contacted this man when we were going because we have talked and somebody
Which
said.
one exactly are you talking about?
Yes, I think it's Pap something, I forgot the name, Pap something that.
You say the ambassador?
Yes, he's the ambassador here. Yeah, he's the Senegalese ambassador in the Gambia. We visited him. The first day we could not see him, so we had an appointment with him. We just saw the secretary. We explained our problem to the secretary that we want to see the ambassador because we are going to Dakar and we want him to help us facilitate some 2 or 3 things. Then they gave us an appointment the following day. When we went, we just explained to him what we want, that we wanted him to help us, with a document whereby we tender to the traffic officers in Dakar, and also a document that we might need to tender in the ministries. And Madam, I will tell you, this man just took his phone. He made more than 10 calls for us within 20 minutes, facilitating things for us. At that moment, he just called the secretary and he directed the secretary to write a letter for us, and then he signed the letter and gave to us. And that was the letter that we used throughout when we were in Dakar. We just showed it to the traffic officers. In fact, not even an individual. Among the 80 students, the Senegalese authorities have never asked an individual document like passport or ID card. If one can imagine, how tiring it is to get into Senegal without documentation. How about 80 students getting into that, documents? Some have documents, but they don't even show it. When we saw that later, it's like everything is okay. So the ambassador was more than helpful. He did a lot of calls for us. In fact, we had to go to the length of calling ministries to tell them that I have students from the Gambia who will be coming for this, so and so and so. So it was quite
So that's the journey through the Senegalese embassy
yes,
in Gambia.
Yes.
So take us through the journey of the Gambia embassy in Dakar.
Yeah, the Gambia embassy in Dakar, we wrote to them. I personally wrote to them on behalf of the association with the UTG.
What date did you write?
The first email was sent to them on the 31st of May.
Okay.
On the 31st of May, that was my first email. In that email, the summary of the email is I was just soliciting for their advice, support and guidance, because we understand that we're going to another country, you understand, and we have in this country, so we cannot go to this country without hearing from our representative. At least our representative will be able to advise us about the norms of the country, how we have to go about some things that we need to be able to guide us. So that was our first email. That was sent on the 31st of May. The second email was sent on the 8th of July, and the reason why we sent the email is because we have somebody inside who told us that if you wrote, I will be able to make follow-up for you.
Are you saying that the first one that you sent was never replied to or something like that?
Yes, the first email we sent was never replied to, you understand? And I believe the second email was replied to because we had somebody inside the embassy who followed up for us. You understand?
So now, with that, actually question you will continue your journey, but are you trying to say in public offices, if you don't know somebody that knows somebody in the organization, nothing will work?
Yeah, I might not want to say in all public offices, but for the Dakar, I think one has to know somebody there before you will be responded to.
Wow.
Yeah, that scenario has taken me that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you against that,
Yes,
that way of life?
I'm absolutely against that because if we should do, and therefore we will never move forward. We need to have our laid down policies, programs, and system in which every Tom, Dick, and Harry will be able to fit in. We should not have special treatment for special people. Everybody should be treated equally, regardless of your background, regardless of your affiliation with big people, regardless of your age, regardless of your wealth. We should be equally treated for us to move as a nation.
Okay, true. Can you continue? Take us
Yes,
to the journey.
yes. Then from there, the second email that we sent was we asked them. In fact, the main caption of the email was the most important thing in the email was we solicit for them to help in the identification of an accommodation that is affordable, because we know they might know a lot of models there, and in fact we made it clear that we most preferably want to stay in a motel for a period of 7 days. Yes, that was what was the main, I would say the main, ingredient or the nitty-gritty of that email.
Okay, but according to the press release by the Gambia Embassy through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they said that you asked for accommodation, free accommodation for 60 students in a hotel. And right now you are telling us that you asked in a motel and you didn't ask for free, but you asked for identification of a motel for 60 students.
Yes, exactly. I think that is why in our press release we made it very clear and we attached these emails for the purpose of reference. And then I will tell you again here for the purpose of integrity, for the purpose of integrity and the integrity of the University of the Gambia. We have never wrote to the embassy in Dakar and asked for them to provide an accommodation for 60 students for free. We've never did that. What we did is we solicit for the identification of an accommodation that is affordable. Maybe they don't understand the English there. I might not know. Maybe they misphrase it, they misread it, they misunderstood it. It's left to them. But I understand as an embassy and as an ambassador with a lot of protocol officers, they should be able to read letters and understand them. Even if they don't understand the letters, they might be able to be in a position to consult people outside, to at least, hint them scope of things that they might be confused of. Because our letter was so much, it was clear, there is no sense of confusion there. It was unambiguous, everything was clearly spread.
Okay, Mr. Ibrahim.
Yeah.
You will say that you didn't ask for free accommodation for 60 students, but did you ask for free accommodation for the advanced STEM?
Yes. In the letter, when we asked solicit for them to help in the identification of accommodation for 60 students, at the end of the letter we said we are soliciting again for them to help in the accommodation of 2 main advanced team. That is 2 main advanced team for only 2 days. But they never did this, you understand? But we never blame them, because we understand it's not the mandate of the embassy to host people. We cannot blame them for that. They have not done anything wrong with that.
Sorry, but I want to know what is the essence of for sending an advanced team?
Yes, we need to send an advanced team there, because that advanced team will work with them. If they have already identified an accommodation for us, the advanced team will go and see that accommodation, how fit is that accommodation, and in fact do the advance payment, because most of the models, that is what they ask for. And also go to the ministries and then make a survey of the ministry, drop our letters with them so that they will know we are coming. Not only that, go and survey the markets that we will be going to. The advanced team should be able to go to markets. In fact, these markets, there are markets managers there. We have to inform them that we are coming. So the advanced team is just there to have the ground prepared, so that when the team comes, there will be no struggle or hustle there. Yeah.
So, cutting the long story short, your advanced team went to the embassy.
Yes, the
right?
advanced team went to the embassy.
Now, who went to the embassy?
Exactly. The advanced team was myself and my Secretary General, that is Chona Abdurrahman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I also want to know, because you told us how the Senegalese embassy welcomed you. So, I want to know how the Gambia embassy welcomed you.
Yes, when we went there, we had an appointment with them. When we went there, because when we went to St. Andrews University, we want to have our conferences there, you understand, when we collect our data, meeting there, discussing about some relevant things. So the man, the director of line, something like that, gave us a card. He said that is not going to be a problem, because already there is a link between Gambia and Senegal. He said they can give us their conference rooms. He said that will not be a problem. In fact, even lodging at the school will not be a problem. He said, let us just take his card, give it to the ambassador, let the ambassador call him. Then therefore he is going to accept it. He said he cannot accept us to use his facilities without the ambassador doing it.
Okay,
so that is
means the University of Sheikh was ready to accommodate?
Not to accommodate us. In fact, I don't think we will be ready for the university to accommodate us, because looking at the nature there, how struggle students are, you seat, 5 in a room, that is too congested. We want that. What we want is to use their facilities, like their conference rooms, and so we want to stay in a different place. We have a lot of sponsors. I think we have enough money from Gambians, ministries and organizations. You understand? So that was the case. And then when we went there, we were there in the morning from 9 o'clock up to after 2. We never saw the ambassador.
Wow.
We struggled, and after one of the local officers understand that we were frustrated when we were going, and we said, it's okay, we don't see the ambassador, we are going.
But during that period, you said 9 to 2, you were sitting and waiting.
Yes.
Yeah, did you confirm whether the ambassador was in or he went out for a meeting or something?
Yes, we confirmed that the ambassador was in. He did not go out for any meeting, he was inside. In fact, the lady made it clear to us, the secretary told us the ambassador was in. We are not blaming him for not showing up or for not inviting us for that time frame. We cannot blame him for that. But what the fact of the matter is, when we get to him, we gave him this number and then tell him that you should call this person for us, or you write for this person for us. He did not do what we expected. He never did that. What he was saying is, we have to go to the ministry, write to the ministry, write to our land ministry, write to the UTG. And we told him we already did that.
But did you make it clear that the only thing you need from him was only a phone call to the University of Shandong?
Yeah, we made it very clear to him. In fact, we gave him the card. We told him this is the number that we want him to call and do this and this and this for us. We made that very, very explicit to him. In fact, we said, the man said, even if you can't call, you just write something and you give it to us, we go and give it to him. That was very much explicit. But what he was saying is that he cannot do that because he needs to have approval from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and so on and so on. We did not blame him for all that, you understand? And the association never blamed the embassy for that. I personally never blamed the embassy for that, you understand? The Secretary General of the association was the one who wrote an article in the Standard newspaper, and at the same time the article was published.
We are actually coming to that article,
No
because
problem.
it's one of the things that got all mouth talking.
Yeah.
So it's something that we would love to go into.
Yeah.
But for the meantime,
Okay.
what we just want to know is that about the embassy. When you went there, according to you stayed there from 9 to 2. Meaning that you were not welcome, or you were not happy with how you were received.
Yes, we were not happy with how we were received.
Okay,
yes.
Which is so different from the way that Senegalese.
Completely different from the way we were received in the embassy here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now what we want to deal with is, according to the press release by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they said that they identified a hotel for you people, and then other things. They even wanted you to sign an MOU with I think a Gambian association in the university, something like that. But you didn't do any of it. So we want to understand, because you asked for identification for a place for you to stay, and they did that. They identified a hotel. Why didn't you take the hotel?
Yeah, we did not even ask for a hotel. Despite we have these sponsors, and so one can imagine how costly Senegalese hotels would be. We can stay there. We are students. What we said was a model. I think the email was very clear. We said, in fact, most preferably, we want to stay in.
So you are saying the hotel that was identified was too expensive?
Was expensive. We never asked for them to help in the identification of the hotel. But in fact, they did something that was good. They helped in the identification. So this is telling you that we never request them to provide an accommodation for free for us. Why did they identify when we should be asking for them to provide? So this is telling you that we asked them to identify an accommodation for us. That's why they identify a hotel. So we never asked them to provide. We will not be shy or feel bad to say that we request the Gambian embassy to give us accommodation for free. Why would we decide? We are Gambians equally. We've been, writing to institutions to help. So why would we decide to say we write to the Gambian embassy to give us accommodation for free? We will not decide of that.
So one of the things in your letter was affordable.
Good.
And affordable accommodation.
And this affordable accommodation should be identified.
Yeah.
Not
according to you, they didn't provide something affordable.
No. What they provided was not affordable. You understand? But we never blame them for that. Maybe that is what they could provide. Maybe that's what they were able to scout. And the replied email, we thank them for that. They went so far to, help us in that identification. We never blamed them for that. That was okay.
They also said that you should have signed an MOU with the Association of Gambia Students in the University of Chicago, which, according to them, you never did.
Yeah, they might not know. They advise us, you understand, to try to have an MOU with the job, the English students there, you understand. That's what they advise. And then we were working on that because after that we had to call somebody who is there to link the person. When they said they advised us, that was very true, they advised us that. But they would be wrong to say we have never adhered to that advice, because they might not confirm whether we have gone that far to do that. You know, because of the research intensity, and so we might not able to concentrate more on that. But we have gone, you know, so far to call somebody to tell the person we are here as government, we want to have an MOU with you. But you know, MOU also don't come like that. It goes with procedures, and we don't want to do anything that is going to distract our research. You know, we are steadfast and focused on the research only as of now.
Okay, when he was having an interview, the representative of Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that that article about the Gambia embassy should be shut down was written by the Scriber of Nusra. So we want to get that part straight. Was it written by Mr. Ba of Nusra?
Yeah, I think the head of media unit of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I think he should be able to gather his facts before he goes to the media to give release or talk. You understand? Okay. These are people who are holding high public offices, so they should utter things that are factual and that are backable. That release was clearly written by Chairman Abdurrahman Ba, that is the Secretary General of ECOMANSA. But he wrote it he wrote it on his wall. It was published by Farid Network and Standard newspaper in the opinion column of the Standard newspaper. And Turner was not writing on behalf of Economics and Management Students Association. He wrote as an individual expressing his opinion and disappointments in the ministry, in the Gambian embassy in Dhaka. So I was disappointed when I saw the embassy and the ambassador attacking the Economics and Management Students Association and myself, and so, you know. And if you look at it intuitively, you will understand that what Choma was saying is very true and factual. If you could visit the Senegalese embassy here, and he will be able to do all this for you within 24 hours. How about somebody you took to Senegal and you are paying him from your own pocket, and you ask him to provide just a simple thing, just a call for you, and he could not do it? Then he might be right, as his opinion, to say that, and nobody, his opinion is his opinion.
Mr. Ibrahim, the part that most people are saying is too harsh about the article was the Gambia embassy should be shut down. Okay, most people understand that, okay, maybe they didn't do what they were supposed to do or something, but saying that they should be shut down, to you, don't you think that it was too harsh?
Well, to me, I don't think it is harsh, to be candid. If that is how an embassy should continue to operate seriously, then we don't need to have an embassy. It means we are just wasting our resources. Our embassy, though I will not want to go into the job description or the terms of reference of the ambassador, but I know there must be a common job description between the ambassador, our ambassador in Dakar and the Senegalese ambassador here. That is the willingness to serve. You understand? That must be a common job description for all of them. So how about when that man is doing here, what is he waiting for? He's also ready to serve.
There's one thing that they mentioned. They said that they were not having the resources. So don't you think that, you know, the Senegalese embassy or the Senegalese government provide the embassy, that the Senegalese embassy with resources that the Gambia government cannot provide the Gambia embassy?
Yes, that's very true. That is why we never blame them for them not to give us what we want, like 2 people accommodation. They don't have the resource. That is very factual. Even if you get to that office, you know, maybe they don't have the resource. But they cannot tell me that they don't have the resource of a credit to call. If he told me that if he told us that the Gambia government did not provide him a resource, for example, a phone call resource, I might want to call him, we will give him our phone to call. You understand? We can do that. We never blame him for not, we don't even ask for that, so we can't blame him for that. Even if we ask for it, if he do not do it, who are we? We have right to minister this. We have right to foreign affairs. You know, for help, they never give us. We never complain because we know how the country is right now. Yes.
So, Mr. Ibu, let's come back to you and discuss more about the research. So, the research, how many phases is it?
Research is in two phases.
Okay.
It's in two phases. The first phase was done in Senegal. The second phase will be done in the and we'll be visiting like just like we did in Dakar, the markets and also certain ministries. We have targeted a lot of ministries in the area, and we will visit them, inshallah, we will visit them and we will administer our operations.
Just name few ministries.
Like, yeah, we visit like our own finance ministry.
Finance ministry.
The finance ministry, central bank, yes. Also ministry of trade also. So we also like to visit GPSC, the Gambian transport. Most vibrant markets in the Gambia is the market, circular market and also urban market.
Okay. The president said earlier on that second phase, as in the one the research to be done in the Gambia, will start tomorrow, right? So that you will not face any further problem, have you written to inform those ministries that you just named that you will be coming?
Well, my committee, we have a committee, so we split the committee into two. The first team that went with the participants and the second team was here. So those were they were the ones that submitted all the letters, the oldest ministries that we are using. We are looking for us sports respond about that, but the other ministries are here to respond, and also central bank also they also responded to us. Likely we will visit them tomorrow. Yeah, we will start we want to start our research by visiting the ministries.
Okay, I get that. But you visited the market in the back. So are you also going to visit the market in Gambia?
Yes, we're going to visit the markets in Gambia.
Precisely what market?
Because we believe that these are the biggest markets.
So we want to ask, because obviously he said that Mr. President said that you guys had a lot of funds, right? And then I know that accommodating students and going to those ministries and those research was not cheap. Can I conclude that it was not cheap?
Well, it's not cheap.
Okay, it was not cheap. So the question is, do you still have funds to do the research that you want to do in Gambia?
You know, the point is that, yeah, I can say yes, we have the funds, as the president said. And also, when you are taking students to Senegal, that will be way more expensive than when you are doing the research here in your own country. Because here you can use your own money without comparing anything to safety or getting currency. You know? So I believe that it will be here, therefore.
Okay, Mr. President, when Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs released the press release, the press release, and according to you, you said there was a lot of date errors, right? And I said that there was a lot of date errors. So can't we just conclude that that was just a typo error?
Well, there are errors in the dating, as you said, because they said we replied in June. It was not June, it was July. It might be typing errors, and we know errors are accepted. But one thing here is I don't think an entire ministry of particular Ministry of Foreign Affairs is not just a ministry. It's not just ministries that we are banking on. So I think they should be able to gather their facts, as I said, have all facts on the table before they release. The datums of their release is absolutely, I would say, not in line with the fact. So it might be error. I will not call it an error. I think that's a blunder. In fact, I don't think it's a mistake. That's and I don't think the minister did that, because the minister was not even in the country, I want to believe. So I don't know who did that in the ministry. I don't know whether I can't say. But knowing how competent the Minister of Foreign Affairs is, I don't think such a release will come from his end. Yeah.
So social media, there were some things that were going on. When they had that, the ministry or embassy couldn't provide the accommodation that you guys needed. Some were thinking that maybe you took students there and then you were stranded or you couldn't provide accommodation for them or something. So I want you to clarify that part.
Yeah, you know, we were living in 4 apartments in Dakar, in Senegal, sorry. And in this apartment, we have a lot of rooms. In fact, you know, people like me, we are opportunity to live in rooms that we have never lived in.
Wow.
Yes, we are opportunity to use showers, you know, seriously. We are opportunity to live in an environment with 24 hours Wi-Fi. You know, I think the rest of the delegates will tell you the same thing. So it was a kind of a bogus, deceptive, and misinforming information being circulated in the social media, saying that we are stranded in Dakar. That was not it. We are not, absolutely.
So you guys were living like rich men over there, you know?
We are not absolutely as rich men, but we were living more than how some of us are living. We are living more than how we live.
Still live in Gambia.
Yes, like
Wow.
like you know,
I could imagine
showers
that.
and so yeah.
I could imagine that.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ibu, I could say the first picture that you guys sent, or some of the pictures you guys sent, we saw the students in the monument, and others we saw them in the zoo. And then the main purpose for the research, or the purpose for the research was mainly research about currency and the relationship. So I want to know why exactly were they in the monument and in the zoo. I think those are tourist sites.
Yes, you are right about that because if you can see, I can say we did in Senegal on Sunday.
Okay.
So you know that the research will be very, very hectic. And also we need to prepare also our delegate. So we have to at least give them some presents before we go. So that's why we took them to the monuments and also those things to the zoo also, so that they can at least have some enjoyment before we come to the people.
Okay, are you saying all work makes Jack a dull boy? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Well, I can say that.
Yes.
Maybe the president might have what a different opinion about it.
Okay, Mr. President, what do you have to say?
Yes, he is very right. You know, it's good as well to go and refresh our mind. But taking you back to the research team was not just all about currency. The research team, as he said, is the socio-economic relationship and impact on the rebirth of Senegal, the social and economic relationship. So looking at the monument, it has social relationship with us. The zoo, social relationship. These are social issues. So if you go there, in fact, we have a special questionnaire for all those places, as the research minister alluded. So you know, it was fun, but you know, it was also a research as well. Yes.
So let us just end the embassy side. So right now, what are you expecting from the embassy? Are you expecting an apology, or are you expecting a sit down, or what exactly are you expecting? Or is your organization or your association expecting from the embassy?
Okay, thank you very much. As an association, that is as Association of Economics and Management Students Association, we are not expecting to go for any sit down, any strike, any complaint. We are not in fact expecting the embassy to us to apologize. What we expect is the ambassador, you know, have the zeal and willingness to serve the Gambian people.
So you're not expecting a shutdown according to the article written by Chairman?
No, the shutdown was an individual opinion by Chairman Abdurrahman Ba. That does not signal the position of the association. And I think Chairman have right to his opinion as myself. And in fact, my opinion does not mean that is the association's opinion. The association is a body and I am an individual. So the association is not saying that the embassy should shut down. The association is not going for any strike. And in fact, the association do not want anybody to use this to push your political ideas, to politicalize the situation. No, this is just a simple misunderstanding. I will say miscommunication, barriers in communication that has just happened. You know, what we expect as an association is the ministry, you know, acts, or the ministry can, you know, kind of involve or talk to the ambassador and the embassy to redress themselves, you know, put their house in order by having that zeal to serve the Gambian people, you know, be ready to serve, willingness to serve. You need to have that willingness to serve,
Okay.
you know, yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Ibu, there are some things we want to understand. is this the first time for your association to embark on a research trip?
No, this is not the first time I can say, because I can say the previous executives that they got on research trip. As executive, I think they went to maintain it for the research. Yeah, but for us, we chose the guy. In fact, we as an association, I can say, we did not even choose the guy. But the students that said, okay, they want to go to the guy, and we also do the research. We met as an association. We study country and we came up with the thing and we see what are the things that is we do that are really affecting our economy. That's the main purpose why we come up with that interesting in research.
Mr. President, according to your research minister, you said that this is not the first time that the association is embarking on a trip to a foreign land. So we want to understand, what has this trip been impacting in Gambia, because we have not been hearing about it. What has the research trip that we have been embarking on over the years, what have it really impacted?
Yeah, it impacts because I think I may not able to ascertain exactly the previous day whether there was any decided release or something like that. But I know they have worked and they have released something. I can't ascertain exactly what, I can't confirm exactly what they have released. But this can contribute to national development in different areas, you understand? So, you know, it might be quite different with us, because for us, you know, this is pure research, and what is expected after research is research. For us, we are not compromising the reports. As far as we completed the second phase, we are going to gather all the data, do our writings, and make sure that, you know, we release these reports. Because as I usually say, if you look at this research, say you look at in fact the team, it corresponds in one of the most strategic priorities of the President's National Development Plan. That is strategic priority 2 of President Adam Barrow's National Development Plan. That is ensuring sustainable economy, stimulating growth, and transforming our economy. We cannot do that if we don't have a fixed and dynamic exchange rate policy. There must be mechanisms in place to make sure that, you know, we have an exchange rate stability, kind of. And this could not be done if people don't, you know, mount or stand or take up the responsibility to, you know, do their quota in, you know, supplying data, supplying results, you know, to the ministries, to the bodies that are responsible in this, so that they might want to use it in decision making. So we as Economics and Management Students Association deem it necessary to play a role in this development plan. You know, this is in fact what injected and motivated us to use this team. Yeah.
So, Research Minister, what I want to know is this. We are talking about, so you mean that a report, you know, the report about the research will be published?
Yes.
Is that what your president just said?
And he's right.
Okay.
And the report will be published each time.
Okay. So how should we expect? Will it be a public report, or is it going to be the ministries that provided you with aids, or is it going to be a public thing that everybody can read?
Well, as the president said earlier, is that we might go and organize a symposium where we will publish the report. And also all the ministries that have given us help, and also all the ministries that we think that will be important, and we also want beneficial to them, we give them the report. Also, we intend also that the general public, especially businessmen that are doing business in Ghana, that are also working also some goods from Senegal, also they might also have access to the report. The report, basically what we are finding is economic development, and all the people that are also taking part in the economic development, yeah, they will have access to the report.
Okay, so you have completed one phase, that's the one in Dakar. So we want to get a little bit from that. We know that the report is not yet published. But how about we want to get something? What did you discover?
Well, I think it will be unethical for us to tell you.
We're just curious. We're just curious. So we want to know at least something that, you know, you went to Dakar for 7 days. You must have, you know, tell us something. Just one thing.
Well, as of now, I cannot tell you anything. As the minister, I cannot tell you anything. Because it is very unethical for you to say your findings without publishing the report. So we want everything published in the report. So when you get the report,
15. Wow.
Yes.
To be patient is not easy, but we'll
Yeah,
try.
I know, but
We'll
patience
surely
is
wait,
not-
and then we'll be expecting one report here. You know, when you are done, we want to have a report so that we can also read, and then our viewers should know everything too. So we're hoping for one report.
Well, yeah, that will be decided by the president.
So, Mr. President, we want you to decide now. Decide now. Are we going to have a report?
Yeah,
Gambian Talents Promotion.
Yes, Gambian Talent Promotion will have a report.
Okay.
Yes, everyone, every concerned Gambian will have a report. You know, this is going to be a public thing. You know, our first target is the office of the president, and from there the ministries, the organization, departments, you know, print media. You know, the media is going to be our target. You know, if I give the link, instead we will be giving the report. We will kind of look at certain people and give them the report as how the embassy was doing. We will not do that. We will not give it to anybody. You know, anyone who needs it, as far as we have the resource to do that. Yeah.
Okay, so as a body under the university, we want to ask you more questions concerning that before we end the talk for today. So, a few weeks back, the WAS result was released. Out of how many students? Just 500 or less had, what? Yeah, 500 students or less had the requirement to enter into University of the Gambia. So, what is your take as a body under the university?
Yeah, I think it's an alarming situation. I think all the stakeholders in the educational sector have to come together, put their hands on deck, work together and diagnose the situation and know where the problem exactly is and try to solve the situation. You know, these are unforeseen circumstances in every nation. It happens. You know, so I think it's a situation that is remediable. So I think all stakeholders come hand on deck and then work towards it. You know, what the advice I have for students who do not got the relevant credit is they had a second opportunity to go in for their private works. You know, it's never wrong to try. Let them try. If they get the credit again, they come and then inshallah they might have their admission to the university and
okay. So in social media, there's also something going on there about this particular topic. Some are saying that the university should try, you know, for maths and English not to be a requirement. So, what is your take on that?
Yeah, as a student, I might not give a take. If I should be giving my take on that, I will be giving it as an individual.
Okay.
Yes, as just an individual, I think you know, it depends on the school. Yeah, because for schools like in my school, that is School of Business and Public Administration, you know, you have to do calculus, like economics, you have to do calculus, you have to do Cal 1, public administration, you have to do calculus. So it is going to be kind of not making sense if you should allow students to come into the university, especially in the School of Business and Public Administration, without credit in maths.
You mean they will fail?
Absolutely. If you cannot get a pass in basic mathematics, how can you get a pass in calculus? That is practically impossible. If it is in other schools like social sciences, arts and science, development studies, they can do those courses because those are not that much mathematical courses. Yes, but in fact, even not calculus, you dealing with, you know, if you are doing HR, you are doing compensation management, you are doing people resourcing, which has to do with all calculus, with all calculations. In economics, you are doing econometrics, you know, in accounting, you are doing public sector, you are doing a lot of courses that requires a lot of calculation. So if you can't get basic maths, I don't think, you know, even if somebody should push you, I think you should tell the person, please allow me to go and get my basic maths, then I will come.
Okay. So in your opinion, as Ibrahim Elgafa,
Yes.
not as the president,
Okay.
what do you think are some of the reasons why the grades have just dropped dramatically?
Yes, in my humble opinion, I think all stakeholders, students, the parents, the schools, the teachers, the ministries, everybody should be blamed. I don't want to give the blame to an individual. Being an experienced teacher for some time, you know, back, not now, you know, holding a HTC, English language and mathematics, I was opportunity to teach in different schools, in senior schools and junior schools. So I know the behavior of students, I know some teachers as well, parents, and I think more of the blame should go to the children, for the students, and then but everyone should be blamed. In fact, even the ministry, everyone should be blamed for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Ibo, the same question. Who should be blamed? Who should be blamed? Because most people are blaming the student, or most people are blaming smartphones and the rest. So we want to know, in your own opinion, who should be blamed?
In my own opinion, research.
No, in your own opinion as Mr. Ibo.
Okay, in my own opinion as Mr. Ibo, I said I will not directly blame to anyone, but me, I will blame the students.
Okay.
Yeah, I will blame the
Any
students.
particular reason?
Yeah, because during our time, I don't know for now, because things that I'm seeing are different from
your time.
Yeah, from our time. But during our time, the only thing that we do is that we don't organize parties. We study. For instance, like even though you are done with your work, you don't even dare to party unless until you get your results. Because during that time, your mind is not steady. You don't know whether you have made it or not. But now, come see the students now.
Okay, you mean we have too much of party?
We have
food party, we have rats party, we have black and white party. We have parties before the exam, parties after the exam, parties before results, and parties after results. Is that what you are saying?
I would take, you are right. And also, most of the blame will be to the students, and also I also blame our parents.
Our parents.
Yes, our parents, because I'm sure whatever your child is doing from morning to evening, you should be aware. So if you are the one leading your children to parties all day, all night, at the end of the day, if they fail, well.
Okay, so to our parents out there, Mr. Ibu is saying that we should watch our kids and make sure they don't go to too much of parties, right? Is that what you are saying? So let's deal with one more topic before we end the show today. A few weeks back, or should I say last week, Mr. Ismail Sise of UTG said something about the government. He said that the government has, should I say, abandoned UTG or something, has not really done much for UTG. That's the Barrow government. What is your take on that?
Well, I'm still going to be speaking as an individual, not as the president of ECOMANSA.
Are you scared that if you talk as the president of ECOMANSA, something will happen?
No, I'm not scared, absolutely. I'm not scared. I think Dr. Sise is entitled to his opinion.
Okay. But you are in UTG. So have you seen any new thing that the government have done, that the Barrow government have done for UTG? Have you seen something new that the Barrow government have done?
Yes, I think I've seen something that the Barrow government have done. I think if you look at the higher education, a lot of students have secured scholarship for master's programs in the UTG. In fact, even lecturers and admit staffs in the UTG, and that is Dr. Sise's humble opinion. You understand? To my humble opinion, I don't think that I don't want to concur that much. You understand? I think the Barrow administration is a newborn administration. We should be their watchdogs. We should hold them accountable. But as of now, it is going to be very early to say they have not done anything for he has not done anything for the university. There are still more time.
You mean early? I think we're already spending years. So do you really think it's early?
No, I don't think we've spent years. This is 2016 that we are, and this is 2018. If you look at the
like 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. The kind of administration that he inherited as well, we should also put that into consideration. Okay. One cannot just just blame them for that. I don't think that could be quite to my point, to my
okay,
end.
That's your humble opinion.
My humble opinion.
Okay, so Mr. Ibu, what is your own opinion concerning the same issue? Do you think that the government have abandoned the university, or they are still doing something?
If you ask me that question, I think it's very difficult for me to answer.
Really?
Because I do far, I'm talking as a far, as a student of the University of Gambian. It's the government that is paying my school, that is paying my tuition.
Okay.
So I cannot say that I'm not done anything.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay. So this saying that both your president and you are saying is about the scholarship, So do you think that the job of or the job of the government pertaining the university is just to provide scholarship and that's it?
No, I'm not saying that, but I believe that they provide scholarship. You know, so many students will be admitted.
What are facilities for those students to come in?
Yeah, and for that one, if you look at that one, because every student is paying a lot of money. All the students are paying a huge lot of money. So why not even the university they themselves take care of all that before depending on the government?
Okay, so in your opinion, you are saying that the university should not solely depend on the government.
Why?
It should also provide
Why?
for their students.
Why depend on the government? Each and every student is paying about close to $36,000. And you have how many students in you have more than 1,000 students in the university. Still look at school of business and government. You don't even have the correct Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Toilets are horrible. So look at that. So in that case, I'm not gonna blame the government for not doing anything. I'm not going to, put the blame on the government, but I will blame our youth to be themselves, the logistic and
Yeah,
so they are because all the students are paying a big lot of money. Why not they use it instead of doing all certain things?
The basic things, the wireless for research purposes, the toilet, the classroom. You mean those should be provided by UTG?
Because we are university students, you should not expect us to just come in class. You give us things that we will swallow and commit to, But at least we should make
do
what
your own
we
things,
should do our own deciders, our own plans out of our knowledge. And to be honest with you, it is really, really difficult for a university student to do all that. So that's why you cannot compare university with all universities. Because for them they have all the facilities that their students can do everything. But for us, it is really, really difficult. So that's why if a university student is able to make it in the University of the Gambia, if that person goes any other university outside the Gambia,
don't you think that UTG is complaining because UTG is a government or nation-owned university?
It's a government nation-owned university.
Well, I mean, UTG is owned by the nation, like it's owned by the, by the government.
Where is UTG owned by the government? Then I doubt that, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know why.
But it's not a private.
Yeah. It's not a
it's
private.
A public thing.
Yeah. It's enterprise. But if you look at the fee is.
Okay, I'm getting it. So Mr. Ibo is trying to say that the students are paying too much. It should be reduced, or it should be used to provide things for the student, like wireless and the rest. That's exactly what you are saying. Okay. So I've learned a lot, but before we end today, we just want your final words. Maybe you want to give thanks to people or your final words.
Yeah, first, thank you very much yourself for giving us the platform, the opportunity to express ourselves, to talk about the importance of the research team. And so, again, we want to thank the students of the University of the Gambia, especially the School of Business and Public Administration, for being with us through these two moments. And then also we want to also thank the delegates, the participants or researchers that took their time, paid their resources to go to Senegal just to do some findings. We really want to thank them. Again, we also want to thank the Student Union of the University of the Gambia, the President herself, the Secretary General Mustafa Sonko, for standing with us, and the entire members of the union, for standing with the truth, especially when this forecast comments. We also want to thank our lecturers, and then also want to thank the head of school, that is Dean, Associate Professor Mr. Mohammed. And also we also want to thank the Human Resource Management Acting Director of the University of the Gambia, Yakub Mr. Mane, for his excellent. So we want to thank the Deputy Vice Chancellor Admin, for the help as well, and the Finance Director. We also want to thank a lot of people, individuals who have, taken time to, sponsor, put their resources, and we want to thank the media houses that help us to release our press our article so that we will be able to clear the air about what happened. Though we were able to clear more of what was what it like us, but we are able to clear the leadership. So I think that is okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I say thank you very much for giving us the platform once again. Yeah.
And then thank you to our viewers of us. So, Mr. Ibu, what is your final word?
Well, I would like to say thank you for inviting us. Also thank the delegates as the best I said. I would also like to thank also my committee members that understand my down. And also the ministers also in Senegal, I can say one like Mr. Labo and his people, and they have really helped us. And also I want to also appeal also to the ministers in the Gambia so they can control us, because we are a community. We want to appeal to them and solicit their cooperation.
Okay, and then that has brought us to our final part of the show. I just want to thank you, our viewers, for staying tuned and for always following Gambian Talents Promotion. And thank you. Hope that you have got the information straight and clear. This is and I have Mr. Ibrahim El Damfa, and I have Mr. Ifa to clarify everything about the research conducted by the association ECOMANSA. And then I was your host, Favor Audio, and continue to stay with us for more information. Thank you.